So I am super excited today. I have a guest with me and actually a returning guest. I was looking at an interview that we did prior, and I think we were maybe about a month in of our working together. And we said we would have to come back a year later, but it's actually been about 2 years. And so much has transpired, so much has evolved and happened. And I'm excited to bring my guest on, Miss Jackie Morris, to just share in her greatness. It's been such a pleasure, one, to work with her, but to just watch her continue to evolve and grow and soar and all the things. And so I'm super excited. I'm going to let Jackie tell you a little more about who she is, her greatness, her gifts, and how she's rocking out in the world space. I'll do a quick introduction before we do that. I am Tanya Wilson. I am a master life and business coach. I am the founder of 3D Success Academy for Women, and I help women to just grow their business and their life, but with ease and with grace. I help them make more money, uncover limiting beliefs, and really step into their personal power. And so I'm excited today to share. Um, can you have favorites? To share Jackie Morris with you. I'm going to bring her on. Hey, Jackie.
Hello.
How are you, dear?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
Mhm. Thank you. So I'm super excited, Jackie. I mean, I have watched you just kind of step into the space that you're in now and just really dominated. And one of the things that I realized about you was that when you begin something, it just kind of happens for you. Is this something that you've kind of noticed? Like if you set your mind to something, it just kind of works. Just me looking at the different things and your story behind them, there's definitely a connection there that I see, and it's absolutely beautiful. Why do you think things happen that way for you? What do you think it is, or have you noticed that before?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just when I get a burning desire of anything, it's just nothing can stop me.
Listen, so I love the word burning desire because I believe it is the ultimate thing for accessing your next level. I believe that not having one is some of the reasons that people don't actually get to their next level. I believe that, God places desires in our heart, and there are certain desires when we get in alignment with them, they become like a burning desire. It becomes a part of who we are. So I love that you said that word. Start out by kind of sharing with our audience what it is that you do in the world space.
Okay, so my name is Jackie Morris, and I'm a fashion designer and a real estate agent. And I feel like I'm just a confidence booster because I feel like the way I encourage people, I can just boost people's confidence and just like kind of get them to think they can do anything, as we all can. But it's
Yeah.
just like some people need the push. So that's what I do. I've been a fashion designer for about 5 or 6 years now. And I've been a real estate agent for a little over a year and a half.
hmm So when you first started, okay, so guys, Jackie is an alumni of a program I have called 3D Success Academy. So what is it that made you desire to join the academy or work with me? What was it in that stage of your career?
So I forgot how many years ago it was maybe a year,
It's been 2 years now.
2 years.
Mhm.
So you were the first like major investment I made in myself, like the first coaching ever, period. And I was just at a space where I was just like, listen, this ain't it. Like this is not it. And I knew that I had like potential. I
Mhm.
just didn't know how to get it out of me because
Mhm.
we're so conformed and so comfortable in who we are that we don't know anything else. So I was watching your lives and I was like, okay, let me just, what do I have to lose? Let me just invest and let me just see. And it was one of the greatest investments I've ever made.
Oh, wow. So, how important has investment become for you? Because I remember that you already had your hand in the space of personal development yourself. But how important is it? Now you've made an investment. How important is it to you now in your career?
Well, before I was just like going on YouTube and like doing it on my own, not necessarily having a coach or somebody to tell me exactly how or exactly what I was doing wrong or what I can do to improve what I was already doing. So I didn't have any kind of coach. Like you're the first coach that I ever invested in. So I think it's important that we have somebody to push purpose out of us as well as we can push it out of ourselves. It's just important to have a coach in every aspect of your life, I do believe.
Right. So you talked about, having someone to push it out of you. What type of untruths or limiting beliefs do you feel you had prior to that may have been keeping you at a certain space, in your career?
Um Honestly, I just had a lot of doubt and a lot of fear because I didn't see a lot of people doing what I wanted to do, or I didn't see a lot of people just like living the greatest version of themselves. It wasn't as prominent as it is now. So it was just
Mm.
wasn't something that I saw. So I was just like a little afraid or just
Yes.
like fearful.
Hmm. So you said as prominent as it is now. Why do you think, it's so prominent for you now?
Because I had a coach.
And I want to make the point that, sometimes it's like, okay, so we have a reticular activating system, and it's kind of like if you buy a car, a certain color, a certain type. It's not that the car wasn't there. It's not that other people weren't driving the car prior to that, but something in your reticular activating system goes off. And then you begin to notice even more people who are stepping into personal power and possibility and things of that nature. And so, one of the things I remember when you came, you said, okay, I have several things that I'm doing and I'm just not sure how to make it into a brand. So you originally started off working with me on your design business. I call it your couture design business because that is absolutely what it is. It is definitely a couture realm of designing that you do. But something happened. So the program is a year long, and I remember maybe 6, 7 months in, you informed me that you were taking the real estate course. What happened? What caused, that transition, do you think?
So I've always wanted, well, for about 8 years now, I've wanted to get into real estate. Simply because I bought my first house when I was 19. So I've always been kind of in the real estate realm.
Yes.
Um, and this, when we were shopping for this home, I was talking to the real estate agent and she said, "Why aren't you a real estate agent?" And I was like, I was like, that was confirmation because I always wanted to do it, but I was just so afraid of not, not first of all, I was afraid to take the test because I thought I was going to fail the test, honestly.
Okay.
So that part kept me stagnant in what I was doing. But when she said that, I was like, this has got to be God because I've always wanted to do this. So I was like, why not? Like you have to get uncomfortable. So let's just do it. And I remember when I was purchasing my home when I was 19, I didn't know any real estate agents. I didn't know anybody really that purchased. I had nobody in my family had purchased a house. So I
Wow.
was like, nobody is doing this. So I wanted to learn all I could then. So over
At
the years,
19.
all right. Over the
Beautiful.
years, purchasing and selling our homes, I was like, we're not taught any of this. We're not taught equity. We're not taught this generational wealth that we could obtain. So I was like, I want to tell the people, like, I want to educate the people. So, what better way to educate the people than to get in this space where I can educate the people as well as push them? Because so many people are afraid to buy a home, but they're not afraid to rent. You're actually better off buying. So I want more people to know that this is obtainable.
Mm.
You know?
When I hear your story, I'm like 19, bought your first home. Not that we want to bring race into this, but there are just so many um, generational curses or stereotypes that your story just dispels, completely. And I hear a passion for it, which is one of the reasons why I feel that you're doing so well. You're moving forward in the way that you are in this particular field as a real estate agent. And I think it's so important as entrepreneurs when, and some people will fight me on this, but I believe that your why is going to be a huge generator for wealth, for how well you do. And what I find as a coach is most people have not uncovered their why. Most people don't have the connection to their story that actually activates what it is that they're doing in real estate. So when Jackie made this, turn, I said, okay, we started off with one thing, but there are several things, several principles within the academy that you can use, whether you're a realtor or a stylist, designer, or anything. And so I remember one of the things we talked about was your who's your five. And I see you really dominating in that space. So, how important has community and connections been for you in building, your real estate? Well, I want to say business or career. How important has that been for you?
Um, so community is everything. Especially um when people kind of look up to you, when people see that you're doing what they want to do, when people kind of like hold on to you and
Hmm,
people like trust you and people know you, people like she can do it, then I can do it too. So
absolutely.
that's really what keeps me going because it's so many people that really don't know their potential.
Mm,
And if I can just help that one girl that's like, I don't know what to do, and they see me and they're like, okay, if she's doing it, let me just try to do what she's doing. Because you never know what you're meant to do if you
mm,
don't try. And if you
absolutely.
don't see anybody doing anything, then you're not going to do anything either. You need to see what's possible.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that a lot of times we don't move forward because we haven't had an example, especially in our community. So I love what you're doing by the way of, bringing that awareness to uh, the simplicity. Like it's not as hard as you think to acquire a home or even the benefits of being a homeowner. And to have started at the age of 19 is huge. You all are on your what, second or third home now? I can't.
Third or fourth,
Okay,
third,
somewhere in there.
something
Right.
like
And
that.
so I think that's huge. I think you're being an exceptional example of what's possible. I pray that your journey encourages people to start early. It is a form of wealth building. Um, when I think about where you started as it relates to designing, I remember one of the areas of concern that you had was pricing, right? And so, being as though Jackie is a couture designer and a realtor, I kind of wanted to touch bases on that because I feel many entrepreneurs will come back and see this. You know, what was your struggle in pricing for your designs, the things that you were custom doing prior to this?
Well, now that I look back on it, I realized it was all about my mindset. I felt like people weren't gonna pay me what I knew I was worth. I was in everybody's pockets and I should have just been in my own.
Listen, that is a huge lesson right there for many entrepreneurs. We are counting people's money and you don't know. And oftentimes, we can't think about where we are necessarily all the time when we have something valuable that we're offering to the world space and the community, because that might not be that person's, circumstance, or there may be many, many people who find value in what it is that you offer. So, how important is self worth to you, and self esteem and confidence as it relates to building a business and being an entrepreneur? How important do you think those three things are?
Extremely. If you have low self-esteem, low self-worth, and I'm not even gonna lie, I still battle with moments of low self-esteem and low self-worth.
Everyone does.
But I know for a fact my worth. Like I know what I'm worth now. And I feel like I know I'm a bomb designer. Like I know I could whip out a dress like it's nothing. So before I kind of was not in that headspace. So I think like personal development, like I have to tell myself every day, I have to read my affirmations every single day because the mind is a tricky thing. So you can go back to believing no, 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 no. And then I think once you start doing anything, you have to start um with a business mindset.
Mm. So, what do you mean by that? Like,
When I started sewing, it was just like a hobby. I just wanted to sew
mhm,
anything. Like people were like,
got
can you
you.
make some curtains? I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember you saying, I'm doing all this stuff and I just want to make it official. I want to brand it, I want to build it out seriously. So I do remember you saying that. And I think it's really important. I think a lot of times people have gifts and talents that they don't necessarily look as a viable business, and just shifting that mindset, will help tremendously. So that's a good point for entrepreneurs to understand, and I can see how that has worked for you. I mean, I think you even took that mindset head on as you began your real estate career. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
So, what three things do you feel the academy or hiring me, as your coach, has done for your life and your career?
Um, for one, like I said, the mindset shift that was huge for me. Um, two, like strategy, knowing what to do, how to do it. And I think just the basic know-how as to what to do. Like, how do you attract people? Who do you want to attract? Like everything that you taught me, because I honestly just wanted to do anything for anybody. And I realized that with that burnout comes, and it comes quickly. So just knowing, you teaching me, who's your tribe? Who do you want to, you can't serve everybody. So who do you want to serve? So all of that.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, if you had to leave everyone or just share with everyone something important, someone who may be in the position that you were in before, where maybe you were battling with some doubt and you had this gift, and you just wanted to do it for everybody. They're just uncertain. Maybe they're creative like you are, and they have several things, that they want to do, but they're battling with self-doubt. What would be the first thing that you would suggest for them to do, Jackie? Like, where could they start, to move forward with that?
I would say definitely prayer and meditation, just being silent with yourself,
Mm,
getting clear, on who you are and what you want to do.
Wow.
Because when your mind is all over the place, then you're all over the place. So I think prayer and meditation, just getting clear, is the main thing, is the first thing.
So do you have like a routine that you do daily, or I heard you mention affirmations. Are there some practices that you do, daily that you think assist you a lot, in
Hmm.
your journey as an entrepreneur?
So I get up early in the morning and I go to a quiet space, pray and meditate and get my head together. And I notice that when I don't do that, it's just a rough day.
Mhm. I'm trying to remember two instances. One, so the academy focuses a lot on mindset. Of course, I'm a business coach as well, and so we do tons of business strategies. One of the things that I believe is that everyone is not for everyone, and everything is not for you as well. So if you're creative and you're hearing all these gurus and you're like, I need a blog, I need a podcast, I need a all of these different things, I need to do lives. One of the areas that we really focus on is decluttering. And this is an area that I remember Jackie just reaching out like, oh my gosh, this was exactly, what I needed. Do you remember that space in time where we got to the portion on, decluttering and how that helped you?
Absolutely. So I think as a creative, we want to do everything. And I also think that you can have too many voices. I think we're in the information age where everybody is giving you advice. Everybody is, telling you what you can and cannot do. And I think you can have too many voices um, in your ear.
Mm.
So I think if you're going to invest in yourself, do not invest in several people. I think you should invest in one person for that season or that time or whatever, but just get clear and get one person because too many people I think cause confusion.
Absolutely. And another thing, around the third month in, you said, Coach, money is just coming to me from everywhere. I do not know what is happening. You were able to take care of some, financial responsibilities that some people are paying for forever. What do you think that attributed to? What do you think was happening during that time?
I think I stopped chasing. And
Mhm.
I think I started attracting. I know I was talking to my brother yesterday, and we was talking about money actually. And I'm now like, you can't come around me and say I'm broke. Like you can't talk like that around me. We ain't broke. Like
Exactly.
so, I think just honestly, just shifting the way you look at money,
Mhm.
shifting the headspace you're in with money. Stop chasing it. Get clear on your purpose, and money flows.
It really does. I have there's a segment in the academy called "Get Your Money, Get Your Life," and I talked about how I pay for my cars in cash, and um, just some other things that were so similar to what you were sharing. I even got certified in real estate before. And so I was super excited because you went further than me. I got my certificate, but I never got licensed from the state. So I was just really excited to see that you pursued that and so relentlessly. And um, and when I saw the house that you sold, I was like, okay, she didn't start like with a starter home, selling a starter home. And so, do you have a specific, um, I don't want to say size home because I'm sure you want to service people, you know, um, but if you had to say there was a size home or range that you sold the most so far, what would that range be? Square
Um,
square footage, even.
um, I s- the range I would say 230 30,000 to 3,500. I'm not really sure. But I
Mhm.
do want to say before I say anything else is about what we saying about money.
Yes.
Um, when I started um looking for the money, right?
Mm.
But as I got into my self-discovery, self-healing journey, I wanted to make more of an impact.
Ooh.
So it wasn't about the money for me anymore. It isn't about the money for me anymore. It's about the impact. Like, how many lives can I change? How many lives can I impact? How many people can say, when I got on her Facebook page, it gave me a little bit more energy than I had, or it took me out of a space that I was in, you know? So I think when you make impact, you get it back in coinage.
I absolutely listen. I listened to many years ago. This was like when I don't even know had I started online. I'm not sure, but I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, and he shared something that really I think was so pivotal for me and for the clients that I get to serve, because he talked about the importance of giving value. And he shared similar to what you shared, that if you do that, the money will come. And so value is it's a soundboard for, how I share with my clients, like give value, find out what your value is, give that, and be an impact. And the money does come and moves you from that hustling mode, that chasing mode. It allows you to be in alignment with what you desire. And it does, it just kind of comes. And so if there was something you could leave with the people as far as how to reach you, how to connect with you, how you can service them, if you have something coming up that could possibly help a home buyer or someone who is interested in purchasing their home, um, anything that you can do by way of how you can serve them, whether that's designing their elaborate wedding dress, or helping them with first steps to purchasing a home. Can you kind of give some tips on in those areas?
So as far as how to reach me, of course, I'm Jackie Morris on Facebook. Um, Jackie Morris underscore RE on Instagram. My website is imjackiemorris.com. You can email me at jackiemorrisrealtor@gmail.com. And it is a home buying seminar that's coming up August 7th. Um, you can sign up for that as well. I will be a guest speaker at that home buying seminar. Just anything you need, any questions you have about real estate, lending, or anything like that, I can refer you to my referral lender. So any questions you have, I'm open to answering any questions. And I'm open to helping as many people as I possibly can.
So can you tell them again what your the date, and that should be a dot, guys. Let me see if I can edit it. But y'all know it ain't a comma in
it's
in
I am,
I am
I
JackieMorris.com.
am, I
M,
am.
just the letter M.
I'm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute. I get it. Let me see. I can't see. And if you could put the is that correct, Jackie?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could put the date to the class that's being held for home buyers in the comments or in the chat, do you see a place to put that? Um, in the chat. What's a myth about home buying that you think, the general public may think that's not true about the
Um,
process?
I honestly believe people think you have to have perfect credit and you have to have a whole lot of money. The
Mhm.
truth is, you have to have a little coins. Um, it's just, and it's not that you have to have coins. You just want that. You want coins. Like, you don't want to go in anything with nothing. So you may not even need money, but it's just good to have. And it's good to know, good to have good spending practices, and good to have good like savings. So you don't have to have perfect credit. You can start from somewhere. And then you don't have to start your starter home does not have to be your dream home.
Hmm.
So
Oh, that's so good because I think sometimes we have, someone may see a 35 square foot home and, that may be their desire, but that may not necessarily be the starting ground for them. And one of the ways that they could think about it is I'll get a starter home and maybe it will become rental property for you when you get ready to, purchase your dream home. I truly believe it's never too late for a fresh start. So you may be past 19. Yeah, you
right.
might be a little older than 19, okay? And you desire to purchase a home. I clearly believe it's never too late for a fresh start. That's whether you're buying a home, starting a new business, you're wanting to redesign your life, you're wanting to really get connected to your destiny. It's just important that you start. It's important that you start. So we stand on three pillars inside of 3D Success Academy. That's your destiny, your dollars, and your disciplines. And so your destiny is where we get clear on what do you really want. So many people have difficulty in expressing what they want because they haven't seen it, as Jackie said before, they haven't had a picture of it. But I believe that God places desires in our heart, right? And so when you get clarity on what it is that you really want, you get rid of some of the doubt, some of the limiting beliefs that says you can't, it's not possible. One of my limiting beliefs was how I earn money. So prior to coaching and consulting, I traded my time for dollars. Now I earn money while I sleep. I don't go too far into how much because I want people to come to me for truth, but I earn really good money and I earn it while I'm sleeping. So that really changed the dynamics for me about how money is earned. And it's one of the spaces I help my clients to step into new spaces of expansion, new spaces of possibility. But when we look at your destiny as an entrepreneur, we also talk about who you are as a brand. That whole clarity phase is you getting clear on what you want, who you are as a brand. When you can identify who you are as a brand, you can also identify who your perfect people are, who the people are that you are called to serve. You can take these this concept, I call it the renew concept, where we do the destiny, dollars, and discipline into any arena. You see how Jackie moved it from uh, couture designing, and she's still using some of the principles in her practices in real estate. So we focus on your destiny. If you don't know where you're going, you go anywhere. If you don't know where you're going, you go anywhere and you get to decide. You get to decide. That's important. A limiting belief that we have as well. We don't feel that we have um, the ability to actually create the life that we love. We think that this is the hand I've been dealt, and this is what it is. But we live in a world of abundance. Like we really live in a world of abundance. And when you can tap into that space of abundance and possibility and believe that you were created to prosper, that abundance is your birthright, you see everything completely different. And then we talk about your dollars, right? So that's where I help you to multiply your income and what you're doing in your business, less your effort. Many of you are undercharging, as creatives, self service providers. Most people are undercharging, right? They're attempting to serve everybody. I think we all may have been in that space at some point in our career in the beginning. In the beginning, you just need something you can play with now. That's just what your mind is like. Everybody is my customer, but everyone is not your customer, because you are not assigned to everyone. And so your purpose, your clarity on who you are as a brand helps you a lot as it relates to your money. And then your disciplines. And your discipline sounds like this masculine word, but it's really just alignment for what you need for your purpose. And so, again, I'm the founder of 3D Success Academy for Women. I help women to grow their business and their life, create businesses that they love, not ones that they tolerate, and make a lot of money. That's what I do. And Jackie, it's so good to have you on with us again. So good to see your growth. over that amount of time. I wish you much success. Listen, you don't have to be looking for a $3,500,000 house to work with Jackie. That was just my curiosity, and wanting to know like what range of houses she was selling, because the first one I was like, oh, that was your first sale. Like, yeah, so that was just Coach wanting to know. And again, I hope that you guys, if you see it in the comments, um, she put let me see, I think I can do a banner for that. If you give me a second, she put a home buying seminar in the comments. I'm going to put it on a banner really quick. So you all, where's that located, Jackie?
It's gonna be off 10th Street. Hold on, I'm trying to get the address.
But you can always message Jackie,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and she can get you, more details about uh, where it's located. Is that in Greenville?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be in Greenville, North Carolina, a home buying seminar on August the 7th, 2022. And Jackie is going to be speaking or sharing
Mm-hmm.
at that particular seminar. So I think it would be a great opportunity for those of you who are in the market for buying a home, and those of you who know you are ready. If you reach out to Jackie, you are in good hands. She is thorough. She's made a mark in the industry in such a short time, guys, and that's because of her diligence, and her why. Like, she really has a desire for more people to know that home buying is possible. As you all can see, she started at 19, so like, she probably has a lot more skin in the game than some realtors who may have been in it longer, just from her own personal experience. And I believe fully that she's more than capable of helping you with your home buying needs or your investment needs. It could be a piece of investment property that you're looking for. So maybe it's not a home that you wish to live in, but you're looking for investment property. I'm sure she can help you in that respect, as well. One more time, Jackie, share with them one thing that you think is important, and how they can connect with you, and why you're going. I don't want to say hard, because I don't see you hustling, right? Why you're so aligned, with what you're doing in this season.
Um, Honestly, it's just in me. Since I was a little girl, I was a teen mom, just people counting me out. And I think that honestly just put a fire under me, just to be like, listen, I'm about to show y'all what I really can do. Like, I'm not about to be no statistic. Like, my life
Mhm.
is not over. Like, I'm going to show y'all what I really can do. So it's just honestly from that point to this one, and I have two kids that's looking at me, and I want them to see what's
Wow.
possible, and I want them to see what life they can have. I grew up in the projects, and I made a pact to myself that my kids would never see the inside of the projects, and I have kept that for them.
Yeah, at 19. Yeah, that's huge, Jackie.
I've
That's
kept that
huge.
promise to them. I've seen my mom struggle, food stamps, Medicaid. And I remember when I was pregnant at 16, and someone really looked me in the face and said, "You will be on social services, you will be on welfare for the rest of your life."
Wow.
And that kind of like was a thorn. I was like, at 16,
Yeah,
like,
that'll set you back.
you
That will
know,
set you back.
so I think I've just always had a desire to show my kids what is really possible. And my kids look at me, and even my daughter, like, to see them grow into the adult that she is, and see her drive. I'm like, oh my God, like, she was really looking at me. So it's just
Wow.
honestly my whys. My kids are my whys. So that's it.
Well, you're doing an absolutely amazing job of being that example for your children, and not only your children, for the community, for other entrepreneurs. I'm inspired by you, even as from a coaching standpoint, but even more so as a woman. It's inspirational to see you continue to soar, and truly step into your personal power, because I actually titled this interview "Stepping into Your Personal Power," because that is what I see that has transpired for you, and that continues to transpire. and even before you connected with me. So I'm an activator, and I'm just bringing out what's already there. And I've just had an opportunity to support you and to stepping into, new levels of your personal power. But I think you're doing absolutely amazing. I'm enjoying watching you. I love the fact that you'll message me and say, Coach. So yeah, I'm just grateful that you chose yourself, because that's what investing is. Investing is choosing yourself. You didn't invest in me. You invested in yourself, but I'm grateful that God allowed me to be the vessel that you did that through. And much success. I'm sure we will continue to be connected in different forms.
Absolutely.
I just absolutely enjoyed working with you. And I think that any of you who get to experience her, whether it's her work by way of her bridal designs, or your investment properties, or your dream home, or your starter home, you are in for a treat, and you are connected to someone who's thorough and who has a heart for your next win. And so that's my take on today, guys. I'm Tanya Wilson Cherry, Master Life and Business Coach, founder of 3D Success Academy. And it's been a pleasure for me to share with you Jackie Morris, couture designer, and realtor. And that's our take on today. You guys be blessed.